Hey everybody. So today your collective card, well there's two cards, is Revolution number 16, which is the Tower card. There's a lot going on in here. It says defend the sacred. This is fighting back against a lot of things. The whole image is about protest. And then you have the Ten of Pentacles. This is one of my happy ending cards. These have words and things with them too. So the Revolution card, this is one of the major arcana. So it says Water, Scorpio, and Mars. So if any of those apply to you, please take what resonates and leave the rest. The Ten of Pentacles is the word security with it. And it's Mercury in Virgo. So love it. Makes sense as it's a very earthy card. And Mercury is the planet of communication. I remember that much as I learned a little bit more about astrology. But it's so funny. I gotta be honest, I was actually listening to some TikTok on here while I was shuffling the cards before I started this video. And it was about some of the things happening in this country with the current administration. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of it. I am neither a Democrat nor a Republican. I'm an independent. I tend to lean more progressively, I'll be honest, because I do care about the people. I care about what happens to us and men, women, and children. We the people should have a say-so in a lot more, but our government controls a lot more than it should. And I don't mind the government having a say-so in regulating certain things, okay? And people can argue until they're blue in the mouth. Like, I just know this is one of my beliefs. I can compromise on certain things, okay? But right now, like, this is what's coming. Big things are coming. Revolution. People are getting tired of this. They're fighting back. They're trying to fight back. This is ridiculous. There's some major things happening that shouldn't be happening in our country. And I'm not normally a very political person, but this is something that even someone like me who normally is like, I don't know if my vote counts and, you know, should I even care? I'm not a very political person. I'm tired of all hearing about it. At the same time, this has woken me up as, you know, maybe I should care. Maybe I should go. And it has woken me up in the past few years. Well, since the orange one was first, you know, voted in. I did not vote for him either time. I think that there are better candidates. I do think there needs to be changes to our voting system. That's just a separate thing. I think that we should have more than two parties. I don't think it should just be forced to pick between A and B. I think that we should be A, B, C, D, or something like that. We should have 4 or 5 parties to pick from. I do think. And I don't think we should have an electoral college that ends up picking for us. Because what's the point? How do our votes matter if 2 picks from an electoral college is going to pick? Anyway, it's taken me a lot to learn. Unfortunately, I live in a state that is pretty biased with that. And I got to admit, I grew up not knowing what Democratic anything was. And this is a problem here. And I think in certain places, it's not a problem anymore. They're starting to teach a lot better. When I lived in a more democratic state, I learned so much more, but I felt like I learned on a more even keel than I did here. And here, it's definitely slanted towards conservative, Republican, yada, yada, yada. But probably why I failed American government. Yeah, I failed because a lawyer politician was teaching, and it was not a good situation. But if you're watching this, you're probably feeling this pull with your soul to do something. Find what you can do proactively in your community to help. I'm not saying you got to run out and protest. If you want to go out to a protest or a rally, do so. That is your prerogative. It's your free will choice. If you feel called to make signs, to go out and use your voice to make a difference in this world, go out. That's the only way we can start making change, is to voice our opinions. And right now, that's being threatened. Just putting our voice out here can get us in a lot of trouble. It can get you targeted, and it can get you murdered. I mean, look at what happened already. People are getting murdered because, you know, of their beliefs. If their beliefs are open-minded, and it's like, you know what, I believe everybody should have the free will choice to make decisions about their own bodies and stuff. Whether I would do that for myself or not is irrelevant. You know, I shouldn't be murdered for it, though. So think about it. I'm not normally very political on here, so, you know, this is not for, you know, wanting to offend, and I usually try to avoid some of the topic, but that's the problem. Too many of us are avoiding it. Too many of us shy away. It's time to speak up. Viva La Revolution. That keeps coming up in my head over and over. It's time to fight back. We've got to make a change. There is no way we can put up with 3 more years of a crooked presidency. And yes, I said crooked. There's so many things that aren't right. There's so much stuff. If you've been paying attention to TikTok, there's been a lot of evidence coming out recently that, you know what, there was probably Russian interference in this election. Certain things were done in order to sway the favor in the wrong direction. So certain people who won the election actually didn't win. It may have been rigged with the help of very powerful, rich people. And I know not everybody will agree with me on that, but I trust my intuition. My intuition has always been on, you know, just on it, especially with that person. With our president, I don't trust him. Animals don't trust him, and I trust animals. So there is something there that I just don't trust. And what is this 10 of Pentacles about? This is about you. All of you that find this video, this is you. This is you finding your security. It says security down here in the corner. Securing your future. The 10 of Pentacles is about having that safety of having your job, your home, your spouse, your children, your pets, everything. Being able to comfortably live and work in this country without worry. Being able to voice your opinion without being hauled off to some, you know, internment camp. You know, without being deported because, you know, our system is so screwed up that it takes forever for you to do things the right way. I am sorry. There's a lot of things that need changing. We can't blame the person for doing what they're doing if we don't fix the system as it is now. If we were to make changes to the system to where it's more efficient, I think things could fix themselves. Then there wouldn't be any excuses, and people not following the system would, well, they'd have to be sent back. And if you're doing crime here, you have to be sent back. You know, yes. If you're going to come here and harm us or bring in drugs or, you know, try to rape or kill anybody, which I have to be careful saying that word because I don't know what they censor. But yes, you want to secure your future with the 10 of Pentacles. This is for our future, everybody. So let the revolution begin. I've never really gotten political cards before, but this is coming through loud and clear. And also, there is something you should check out if you're into the interstellar thing. GFL station. It's on YouTube. Look it up. They were predicting mass arrests coming up of certain people, and I don't believe that they're talking about deportations. I do believe they're talking about a lot of the elite, rich. It doesn't matter what side you're on. It doesn't matter if you're Democratic. It doesn't matter if you're Republican. We don't care who you are. You know, they don't care who you are, but you will get arrested. You will be prosecuted if you're harming people. If you're committing crimes, you deserve to pay the price for it. Mass arrests are coming, and I do believe that. I feel it. Something is about to change. Call it a prediction. All right, guys.